without setting this off. Is that going to be okay?
I think you're good.
See if I can walk without it screeching or anything. All right, good. I'm safe. Okay. Hey, everybody. It's nice having this microphone. I think I can talk loudly enough without it, but I think I'll spare you. I'm Diana DiZoglio. I'm your state auditor. It's great to be back and see most of your familiar faces once again. I wanted to come down to first and foremost say thank you to all of the Randolph Dems for all that you did during the last election cycle for 2022. We had some really challenging races, and without your support, a lot of us wouldn't have made it across the finish line. I know I say that on behalf of all the statewide candidates and the state legislative candidates, of course, but for me personally, I had one of the really tough statewide races, so I want to say a big thank you for stepping up to the plate and pulling us across the finish line, especially during that general election. We could not have done it without you. So give yourselves a round of applause, yes. A couple of updates. I will be sort of brief here. Many of you know we are conducting an audit of the MBTA right now. I just want to give a little bit of an update. We're conducting an audit of the MBTA. We're analyzing performance and safety across the MBTA right now. Most of you know about the safety challenges that have existed. Folks are finding it very hard and challenging to get to work on time and make sure their kids can get to their appointments. But they're not just facing those types of challenges, they're also facing challenges regarding basic safety and worrying about whether or not they're going to be safe in our public transportation system. That is unacceptable. We need to do better. Public transportation in Massachusetts has unfortunately never served working families in Massachusetts the way that it could have and should have. I'm so grateful for this administration's investments in the MBTA and transportation across the board. However, the legislature and the administration do need partners in state government, and our office is looking to partner with the administration, with the legislature, and with all stakeholders to make sure that we're doing our part, looking for gaps in the system that potentially exist so that we can work to fill those gaps and to fulfill the mission of our office as it comes to the MBTA, which is to make government work better. Hopefully we can shine a light on some of the areas that need improvement and then work together with the advocates and stakeholders to make appropriate investments where they need to be made. You may have also heard that our office is, feel free, by the way, folks, to have a seat if you'd like to. Or I think, is everyone sitting in the shade? Is that what that's about? Okay. We're also conducting an audit statewide of the use of taxpayer-funded non-disclosure agreements. If you don't know my story, I was required to sign a taxpayer-funded NDA as a woman in my 20s in the House of Representatives after experiencing sexual harassment. It was something that was required of me just to get a basic standard severance package upon my departure. Clearly I didn't let them get rid of me or keep me quiet. I ended up running for office instead and getting elected, and since that time have been fighting to make sure that there's accountability around malpractice in state government and that we are not working to silence people about potential harassment, discrimination, and abuse, especially using our tax dollars to do so. As a senator, I was thankful to my colleagues in the Senate for unanimously passing a bill to ban the abuse of taxpayer-funded NDAs in the Senate, but that didn't extend to the rest of state government, unfortunately. So we have situations where state entities are able to use, potentially without any accountability, these non-disclosure agreements and use our tax dollars to buy the silence of potential victims and cover up potential misdeeds. So we're doing a deep dive in an audit that our office has begun. We're modeling it off of an audit that was done in Montana, which was very successfully done, and we are looking to find out how much in our taxpayer dollars are being spent to potentially silence people and how many of these agreements exist. And we're also going to be looking at the demographics of who's getting these non-disclosure agreements in state government. Also, we're auditing the state's supplier diversity office. Hey.